everybody, it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads a Smile. This month I finished Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows this month. Yeah. It was hard. I finished Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows this month, and it was the hardest thing I ever finished. The book was incredibly hard to read. There's people dying left and right in this book, and it's like these characters that were in book one, they're just gone, and I don't really want to talk about it because I'm trying to stay in my normal content. For anyone who didn't know, for the past 3 months I've been reading the Harry Potter series. I have never read the Harry Potter series. I'm 16 now, about to be 17, and I just have been marathoning the series since August. And finally this month, I was on the last book, or I got to this last book, and I really paced myself with this one, and I ended up finishing the second half of the book in about like 3 or 4 hours. Percy Jackson is my favorite series of all time because it was the series I grew up with, and for a lot of people they grew up with this series, and I understand now why. The movies were phenomenal. Like, the movies were just as good as the book, and when I finished the book I was in tears. And then immediately after, I didn't want it to be over, so I immediately watched the movies, and the way they filmed the last 2 movies, I felt like I was in it. I'm not describing anything well, I'm kind of just all over the place, but yeah, I finished Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows this month. My life is just ruined, basically. Thank you! Talk about Harry Potter now! I cannot even bring it up without getting really emotional, and I'm really sorry because I'm trying to stay composed, but it's so hard because whenever I think of Harry Potter, I think of that stupid catchphrase, "It all ends." It all ends? You don't put that on a poster, like why did you? I did though get to read other books this month. Let's just forget about Harry Potter. Stop it, Naya. Stop thinking about Harry Potter. We're gonna move on with our lives. The Darkest Minds this month, and oh my god, this book was so good. Okay, I was told countless times that this was a scary book. I wouldn't really call it scary, more just like, ooh, that's really weird, and that's kind of creepy. Darkest Minds is about sort of this post-apocalyptic world where this plague has killed teens between the ages of 10 and like 18, and the teens that did not die developed abilities. There's a whole bunch of different abilities that these teens develop. I won't say any more about that just because it is definitely something you want to be surprised when you learn about. I woke up about 10 a.m. and I just read it, and I finished it by like 7 p.m. and I immediately ordered the second and third books, which I am halfway through the second book. I finished half of Never Fade, but basically, you guys, this series is so good. If you love sort of books that take place in like a dark world, and I don't mean like scary dark, but just like slightly disturbing. If you love like mystery, suspense, darkness, suspense. If you like that, then you will love The Darkest Minds. I definitely recommend it. If you're trying to get into more, I would say, I wouldn't call this sci-fi, because it's not really, is it sci-fi? If you're trying to get into more of these like sort of dystopian fantasy books, I really think this is a great book to transition you into like high fantasy if you're trying to get from, you know, contemporary to high fantasy. But yeah, The Darkest Minds was fantastic. Harry stinking Potter. I can't even like talk about other books without him just popping up in my head. TBR for next month. I am definitely gonna be finishing up In the Afterlight, which is the last book in the Darkest Minds series. Like I said, I have half of the second book to go before I can get into the third book. And then after that, I honestly don't know what I'm gonna read. I decided to read The Darkest Minds immediately after I finished Harry Potter because I knew if I didn't read something else and get my mind clear of Harry Potter, then I would be in the most horrible reading slump in existence. I really though want to read Queen of Shadows and Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. I tried starting both of these books while I was reading Harry Potter. Stupidest thing I ever did in my life. Immediately Harry Potter is just like, no, 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 you are not reading anything other. A lot of books, they kind of like take a piece of you, but Harry Potter sort of just like took all of me and then put something else in its place. Thank you so much for watching. I know this is not like my other videos. It's really weird and I'm definitely not the 3 C's, cool, calm, and collected, but yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. As always, keep reading and bye.